Welcome aboard the BESETO Express. We'll cover 3 countries: Beijing in China, Seoul in Korea, and Tokyo in Japan. Together we'll explore the culture of BESETO. All aboard the BESETO Express!
We call people who only eat vegetables vegetarians. Most of them only eat vegetables for their health. Vegetables are good for the body, and unlike the West, the East is closer to a vegetarian culture. China is where all vegetarian cuisine originated. Japan enjoys the fresh taste of vegetables, so whatever dish they eat, there are always vegetables. In Korea, over 10 different dishes can be made with one kind of vegetable. The vegetables of Korea are famous for their diverse ways of cooking.
Hello, my name is Sunmin Kim. Did you know that one of our greatest conquerors, Napoleon, was defeated because his soldiers were plagued with diseases due to lack of vegetables? Vegetables are important food for diet and beauty to the modern woman. However, there are certain foods that are tabooed in countries due to cultural differences, but vegetables are an exception. That's why vegetables have such a great significance in our everyday lives. Today, we will introduce to you the different types of vegetables found in our 3 BESETO countries.
Among wild grasses, we call the ones we can eat vegetables. In Korea, where a vegetarian diet was dominant up until about 50 years ago, vegetables were an important source of food together with grain. Every household grew their own vegetables, and various different vegetable dishes were developed. But during the 5 long months of winter, people could not eat fresh vegetables. This made them think of ways to preserve natural vegetables. That is how pickled vegetables were created. The most representative food reflecting that thought is kimchi. Kimchi, which is pickled with salt and then mixed with various spices, is food that cannot be left out in any meal. When you observe the traditional Korean meal, many different types of pickled vegetables are included as side dishes, along with the main dishes of rice and soup. In the center of it all is always the kimchi. The major uniqueness of Chinese vegetable dishes is that many different various dishes exist, and that vegetables are never eaten uncooked. Because water is scarce and the climates are dry, the people of China always eat their food cooked, and cooking vegetables has become a habit for the Chinese. In the case of pickled vegetables, most are eaten stir-fried rather than raw. The pickled vegetables sold in stores with more than 500 years of tradition have very strong tastes. If you stir-fry or parboil the vegetables and pour sauce over it, it turns into a nice dish. The Chinese people, who emphasize harmony and balance, enjoy dishes that have unique tastes by cooking vegetables together with meat, rather than just the taste of the vegetables themselves. The Japanese enjoy eating raw food very much, but because of high temperatures and humidity, vegetables were easily spoiled. So they naturally developed various ways of pickling, giving birth to over 30 different kinds of pickled vegetables. Nowadays, the pickled vegetable industry has developed, and more pickled vegetables are being sold in stores rather than in homes. Such diverse types of pickled vegetables go especially well with fish dishes. After eating pickled vegetables, the mouth gets to feel clean, enhancing the taste when eating rice or other dishes. Among them, the jukemono is the most popular and representative pickled vegetable of Japan.
As you all probably know, lettuce have different taste and shape according to the place it's been grown. That's why many different countries also have different ways of cooking them. As such, numerous vegetable dishes of various tastes exist. Well, what kind of vegetable dishes exist in the BESETO countries?
With vast lands and a large population, numerous different types of vegetables were cooked to suit the taste of different people. With time, these dishes developed as the specialty dishes of different provinces and seasons. Thousands of different vegetable dishes exist today in China. When you observe the most basic kind of vegetable dish, the vegetables are lightly parboiled and the sauce that would suit the vegetables is made. This is to make up for the unique fresh taste that is lost by applying heat to the vegetables. Most sauces are sour, salty, and sweet. The sauces are made very quickly over big fires. In the last stages, cornstarch is added to the sauce to enhance the taste and also to keep the dish hot for a longer time. When the sauce made like this is poured on top of the vegetables, a delicious vegetable dish is created. Japanese like to eat vegetables pickled rather than cooked, so various types of jukemonos have developed. Most vegetables can be kept for a long time by pickling them. You must use vegetables in season for pickles in order to enjoy their true taste. The jukemonos are usually pickled with salt in the spring, and in the fall with soybean paste, vinegar, or soy sauce. Simple jukemonos are still made in homes. The seasonal vegetables are cleaned and then whole pickled or pickled after slicing. The vegetables pickled like this harmonize not only in color, but also in shape, taste, and nutrition, helping the appetite of the family and balancing the diet. Pickled vegetables are pickled between 1 day and 2 months, and then eaten little by little with every meal. Such jukemonos are not the main dishes, but they harmonize with the other dishes, such as traditional Japanese food, stimulating the appetite of the Japanese people with fresh tastes. The oldest method of preserving food together with drying, pickling. Korean vegetable dishes also started from pickling, but as various spices were added, they developed into processed food. The representative dish of that is the kimchi. Korea's kimchi became more diverse as red pepper was introduced in the 17th century. There are also many kimchis made with not only cabbage, but also with radishes. Radishes have many digestive enzymes, which increase appetite and help digestion. Different types of kimchi appear on Korean tables. The kimchi may even represent the household to the Korean people. As such, kimchi is not only a type of food, but it is also a culture at the same time.
People like to eat vegetables because of the fresh taste. That's why various methods have been used to make it possible for us to enjoy fresh vegetables. You can dry them or you can even add sugar to make jam. The three BESETO countries also have unique ways of storing vegetables. Shall we see what they are?
The most representative pickled vegetable dish in China is the Pao Chai. It is originally a pickled vegetable dish unique to the Sichuan province. But because of its simple method of making, it has become the most general pickled vegetable in China today. If you observe the method of pickling, many ingredients are added and then mixed with salt water for seasoning. Then, onions, lotus roots, beans, and bamboo shoots are added together and then pickled. In making it, a special jar used for making Pao Chai is used. Water is added to the lid, which acts as a sort of vacuum. Then it gets fermented, creating a unique tasting pickled vegetable dish that's possible for long-term preservation. Pao Chai is not only made with Chinese cabbage, but also with radishes, carrots, and cucumbers. When it's well done, it is eaten.
这一般呢，你是头一天晚上泡了，第二天就可以吃了，比较脆的，味道挺不错的。对，不能泡的时间太长，因为泡的时间挺酸的。
泡时间就长就酸了。
对对，一般就是说，反正就是说头一天晚上你给泡上，第二天就可以吃，比较好吃的。
Nowadays, most Japanese people buy pickled vegetables from stores. Jukemono has a unique taste and smell according to its method of pickling. Among them, the vegetables pickled in soybean paste are especially enjoyed.
本当の好きな人ね。冬になるとまた中にはきゅうりでしょ、ナスね。ナス、それからあとはカブね。本当ね、これ手でね、こういうの手の油とぬかの油が混ざってこのぬかが一層美味しくなる。だから何百年もこのぬか絶やさないで取っとくためには毎日かき混ぜなくちゃいけない。これが秘訣なのね。あとこういうキャベツも入ってますでしょ。キャベツは予約ね。大体好きな人、あと人参ね。
The longer the vegetables will be eaten, the more salt is used, and the ones that will be eaten quickly are put into the soybean paste right away. Once the vegetables are pickled in salt, the taste of the soybean paste is more easily absorbed. This prevents spoiling and quickens the fermentation. It also makes the taste much better. Although tastes have become more westernized today, the jukemono is still a loved traditional food of Japan. A vegetable dish that cannot be left out on any Korean meal tables is the kimchi. You need to go through many steps to make the kimchi. Making kimchi starts from selecting the main ingredients of Chinese cabbage and the radishes. Selecting the spices that will season the vegetables are also important. The vegetables must be fresh and in season. Among the spices, the red pepper adds the spiciest taste, and the ginger and garlic prevent spoiling and enhance the unique smell. And once the pickled shrimp juice for fermentation is selected, you are ready to make kimchi. The vegetables are cleaned in water to get rid of all impurities. You make the salt water to pickle the vegetables by adding the right amount of salt on one side. On the other side, you thinly slice the radish so that it will go inside the Chinese cabbages, not forgetting to chop the spices as well. Then, the Chinese cabbages are pickled in salt water. If you pickle them for too long, the cabbage will get too tough, and if you don't pickle it long enough, it will not taste good. Once all of the preparation is completed, the ingredients that will go inside the cabbage leaves are mixed. First, you mix a thinly sliced radish, spices, and powdered red pepper together. You can eat the kimchi made like this about a week later. In the winter, you can eat it for about 4 or 5 months. The secret why you can eat the kimchi for such a long time without it getting spoiled is behind the jar the kimchi is stored in. If you store the kimchi in a jar that's buried under the soil in the winter, it acts like a refrigerator, having a constant temperature. Kimchi is still made in homes even today, but as lives get busier, ready-made and packed kimchi can also be found.
그 야채, 즉 배추에다가 여러 가지 스파이스를 너무 많이 넣어요. 첫째 마늘이라든가 생강, 또 고춧가루가 제일 기본이 되는데 그 다음에 파도 넣고 뭐 새우젓도 넣고 여러 가지 그 스파이스가 우리나라가 쓰는 것은 그냥 맛만 내는 것이 아니고 영양학적으로 대단히 좋은 재료가 스파이스 역할을 하거든요. 그러니까 배추 자체에다가 이런 양념들, 스파이스를 많이 넣어서 버무려서 그걸 또 발효시키면은 그 발효한 효과가 스파이스로 인해서 비타민 C가 매우 풍부해진다던가 이렇게 그다음에 김치가 익어가면서 요구르트 성분이 많이 나니까 우리 요구르트를 안 먹어도 된다던가.
The Western food that could be compared with Korea's kimchi, Japan's ttekemono, and China's Pao Chai is pickles. Good tasting pickles reflect the good ability of a housewife. That's the same for the BESETO countries. Whenever you're invited to a good friend's, foreign friend's house for dinner, make sure you try their vegetable dish first, then you'll be able to predict the rest of the meal. Well, I do hope you enjoy your meal, and I'll see you next time on BESETO Express. Bye!
The 3 BESETO countries have especially well-developed vegetable dishes. In them lives the wisdom of everyday life, passed down through the long history.